Dr. Demento Show. Hi.
Hello, this is Jeremy Thorpe here, and I'm calling you from, Fry or Pumpernickel or something, New Hampshire. And I listen to you on WROR in Boston. I was just learning about how nasty you were to the Indians a long time ago, so I'd like to hear Take an Indian to Lunch by Stan Freberg.
November 1621. By now, the white man has arrived in great numbers, not only at Miami, but at Jamestown, at Plymouth, and at Salem, Massachusetts. The Puritans have established a thriving colony, enjoying all the social and cultural refinements of a modern society.
Hiya, Harv. Who you taking to the witch burning Saturday night?
Prudence Adams. Who you taking to the Rotary Club luncheon?
I haven't got a date yet, but I hear it's gonna be quite a spread.
Well, Mayor Pennypacker, how's it look for re-election?
Great, great, great. Never looked better.
Yeah, what about the Indian vote?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're not too popular with the Indians. They could lose you the election.
That's possible?
Well, they outnumber us.
Well, that's the trouble. You give them an inch and they take over.
But, Mayor, they were here before we were. We moved in on them.
So we did. Well, there's just something about them. They wear funny shoes. They don't even have buckles on them.
Be that as it may, election is Friday. You better make some gesture this week.
Like what?
Well, how about if you make a concession and pick an Indian as a running mate? You'd be sure to carry the Indian block.
What? Anything happened to me, you'd have a mayor that wasn't a Puritan. He'd probably take orders directly from Chief Powhatan.
Yeah.
Say, I got it. The big luncheon tomorrow, the one under the trees.
What about it?
We'll ask an Indian. That'll impress the rest of them.
We could even announce you're going to put one in your cabinet.
No need to go that far. Just have one to lunch.
It'll be great press.
Mayor Pennypacker comes out for equality, justice, votes. What a slogan. Take an Indian to lunch this week. Show him we're a regular bunch this week. Show him we're as liberal as can be. Let him know he's almost as good as we. Make a feathered friend feel fed this week. Overlook the fact he's red this week. Let him share our Quaker oats, 'cause he's useful when he votes. Take an Indian to lunch.
2, 4, 6, 8, who do we tolerate? Indians, Indians, rah, rah, rah. Take an Indian to lunch this week. Let him sit right down and munch this week.
Let's give in and all do the brotherhood bit. Just make sure we don't make a habit of it. Take an Indian to dine this week. Show him we don't draw the line this week. We know everyone can't be as American as we. After all, we came over on the Mayflower. Take an Indian, not a wooden Indian, but a real live Indian to lunch.
Needless to say, the luncheon there under the trees was a great success, and a good time was had by Puritans and Indian alike. Everything came off beautifully, with the exception of one minor catastrophe.
What do you mean you cooked the turkey, Charlie?
Well, I cooked the turkey, that's all.
You put our national bird in the oven, is that correct?
Yeah, well,
And all of us had our mouths set for roast eagle with all the trimmings.
Yeah, well,
You did a thing like that?
Well, the two birds were lying there side by side.
The turkey was for the centerpiece, Charlie. I mean...
Well, they looked so much alike that
we blew it now. They're all sitting down at the table out there.
Yeah, yeah.
Started on their little nut cups already. We just have to switch the birds, that's all.
Yeah, well...
Serve them turkey instead of eagle. But it's kind of scrawny looking, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I thought I'd stuff some old bread in it and make it look a little fatter.
You do that, okay?
Okay.
From his grand, unfinished comic history of the United States of America, Stan Freberg and the Thanksgiving Story, introducing Take an Indian to Lunch. For another view of Thanksgiving, we turn to this Dr. Demento discovery from the state of Florida. Here's the Gator Kicks Band with the Turkey Day Blues.
Come here, you big fat turkey. I'm gonna take your life. I'll cut your wrinkled turkey neck with my razor sharpened knife. I'm gonna rip out all your guts and stuff you full of stuffing. Then pluck off all your feathers. You won't be doing no more strutting. Your wife and your children gonna be standing by the nest as I take this big thermometer and ram it through your chest. Open up the oven door and turn on all the gas. When the fire starts to blazing, I'll cook your turkey ass. I'm gonna grab you by both legs and split you down the middle. Chew off most your meat, baby, but I'll save just a little. After weeks of sandwiches and soup made fresh at home, I'll get a friend and make a wish and snap your one last bone. Then there won't be nothing left of the bird that once was you. I hate to tell you this, old friend, your turkey days are through. It's late in November that turkeys pay their dues. So get down, all you turkeys. It's time to sing the blues.
The Turkey Day Blues, the Gator Kicks Band with an unreleased tape on the Dr. Demento Show. Well, while that turkey is spending a November afternoon in a very, very hot place, many of us, especially in the Frost Belt, are spending November days this time of year in very cold places. Once again, it's that crazy guy from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Wally Wingard.
It's mid-November, and something says Jack Frost is in the air. Almost December, the hint of winter time is everywhere. What's that up there? Could it be the first snowflake we've seen this year? Warm days are rare. I've a feeling that the long cold nights are near. I quake with fear, 'cause it's a chill night. I'm stuck in South Dakota where it's almost always white, 'cause it's a chill night. My hands are feeling numb, I feel my left one, but not the right. Ooh, so much for sun. Let's forget about those fun-filled summer nights. It's such a bummer. The guy next door's putting up his Christmas lights. I try to scream, but my frozen vocal cords give me no choice. Yeah, I start to freeze. All the stores are putting out their Christmas toys. I can't get no joys out of a chiller night. I'm at lunch just waiting for the storm to take a bite, 'cause it's a chiller night. It's getting so darn cold, I better plug my car in tonight. The wind starts to howl and some people are growling about the day. Take out your snow blowers and put your lawnmowers far, far away. You won't need them till May. Ooh. I grab a bed sheet and run out to cover my tomato patch. My body's lost heat. I run in and close the door, but it won't latch. I turn around. There's a full-blown blizzard riding on my tail. It knocks me down and pummels me with cold rain, snow, and hail. Now what the hell? Is this a blizzard? Blizzard night. It's coming way too early, hitting hard with all its might. It's just a blizzard. Blizzard night. The paper boy is now a snowman, and my daily paper's now a sheet of ice. Blizzard, blizzard night. I'm stuck in South Dakota where we're used to seeing white, yeah. Blizzard night. I hibernate all winter, won't you wake me when it's...
We interrupt our programming so I can do my weather thing. When I read this news myself, I groaned. It seems that fall has been postponed. There'll be no crispy autumn days. There'll be no summer if this stays. We'll probably get our fall next spring. The birds will freeze instead of sing. But when they thaw sometime next June, the birds will sing a different tune. They'll pass along a tale of old. They'll tell their grandkids of the cold. They'll sing about the winter months and how they were a killer. So be prepared this fall because it's bound to be a chiller.
Wally Wingert, along with a rapping weatherman and a Dr. Demento discovery, an unreleased tape called Chiller. Well, some people take advantage of the winter weather by going outside and doing a little skiing. But before you go skiing, you gotta check your equipment. And that's what this song's about. Here's Dan Murphy.
If the boots are too tight, they're just right. If you can't get them on, they're right on. If they blister your shins, give you needles and pins. If they do, then you got the right size. Nobody said everything was supposed to be nice. Is that heel piece too loose for you, Bruce? Are them bindings too slack for you, Zach? When you blow on your snout, do your boot pop right out? If it do, they're adjusted just fine. It doesn't really matter, you're all out of your cotton picking mind. I said skiing's not for pleasure. No, it ain't. Skiing's not for fun. Skiing's to build character and moral fiber, hon. So if the skis are too long, nothing's wrong. They're supposed to feel big, can you dig? If you wear a short ski, it would make it easy, and we cannot have that, of course. Hey, what I'm trying to tell you in this song, if you're having a good time, there's something wrong.
Dan Murphy with the Equipment Check song on the Dr. Demento Show.
Why does Jules flavor last longer than other sugarless gums?
Smack dab in the middle, smack dab in the middle, smack dab in the middle of the gum gum is the secret to Jules' long-lasting fun. A delicious sense of feeling where others have none. Smack dab in the middle of the gum. Smack dab in the middle.
Jules with a delicious scent of filling that has longer-lasting flavor. Flavor that's been missing in your sugarless gum.
Smack dab in the middle of the gum gum is the secret to Jules' long-lasting fun.
Dan Murphy is probably best known here in the land of dementia for a song he recorded back in the 70s called It's Not Nice to Fool Mother Nature. We still play that one now and then. Dan has a new cassette tape out of skiing songs. We just heard him do the Equipment Check song. He does the old classic Super Skier next on the Dr. Demento Show.
Dr. Demento!
Well, they called him Super Skier as he sat around the sun deck and vowed he'd never take a spill. But when they brought him down, they had to use 3 toboggans to carry all the pieces down the hill. He was skiing down as soap, doing 90 miles an hour when he caught an edge on his ski. Well, his skis, they were fast, but the slopes, they were faster. That's the last of Super Skier we shall see. Well, he hollered, what the hell, as he placed them parallel and figured he had nothing more to learn. And he shouted, on delay, as he started on his way, assuming that he'd never have to turn. He was skiing down that slope, doing 90 miles an hour when he ran into a tree. And 2 one-legged skiers left from that point. That's the last of Super Skier we shall see. When he left that tree at last, he was moving twice as fast. Both halves were skimming, both just like a feather. He said, if I must be a split personality, how can I ever keep my knees together? Well, one ski was headed north and the other headed west, and both of them, you see, were running freer. And folks on Little Nell looked up scared as hell, said, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Super Skier. It was a condor. He was skiing down that slope, doing 90 miles an hour when his poles went flipping in the air. Well, his skis, they were fast, but the slopes, they were faster. That's the last of Super Skier anywhere. Now the moral to my story, though my story's kinda gory, for all you Sundeck Charlies, there's still hope. Just buy the fastest clothes you can, and then talk skiing like a man. But don't let people catch you on the slope. He was skiing down that slope, doing 90 miles an hour when he caught an itch on his ski. Well, his skis, they were fast, but the slopes, they were faster. That's the last of Super Skier we shall see.
I like to skate on the other side of the ice. I like to reminisce with people I don't know. Granted, it takes longer. I like to fill my tub up with water, then turn the shower on and act like I'm in a submarine that's been hit. I hate when my foot falls asleep during the day because that means it's gonna be up all night. I get real bored, I like to drive downtown and get a great parking spot, then sit in my car and count how many people ask me if I'm leaving. Recently, I was walking my dog around my building on the ledge. A lot of people are afraid of heights, not me, I'm afraid of widths. I have a 3-year-old dog, I named him Stay. He was a lot of fun when he was a puppy, because when I called him, I would say, "Come here, Stay, come here, Stay." And he would go. He's a lot smarter than that now. Now when I call him, he'll just ignore me and keep on typing. He's an East German Shepherd. Very, very disciplined. Last night I was in a bar and I walked up to this beautiful woman and I said, "Do you live around here often?" She said, "You're wearing 2 different color socks." I said, "Yes, but to me they're the same because I go by thickness." And she said, "How do you feel?" And I said, "Well, you know when you're sitting on a chair and you lean back so you're just on 2 legs and then you lean too far and you almost fall over, but just at the last second you catch yourself. I feel like that all the time."
Stephen Wright on the Dr. Demento Show, a little bit of his new album called I Have a Pony. Brilliant album. Stephen Wright has been often compared to, well, let's see, I called him the Henny Youngman of the 90s the first time I heard him, often compared to Woody Allen, and he has been a fan of Woody Allen's for a long time. But he recently told an interviewer for Pulse magazine about another comedian that he used to like a whole lot when he was a kid, a comedian that may not be all that well remembered today, but we got one of his records. I speak of Jackie Vernon. Now, unlike Stephen Wright, Jackie Vernon does work in a lot of allusions to events that were contemporary, people, politicians that were in the news, in this case in 1969 when this album was made, but he does drop a few one-liners that are remarkably like some of the ones that Stephen Wright does. So here's Jackie Vernon with something called Things Happen to Me.
Things happen to me that never happened to anyone else. I bought a German Shepherd dog for protection. Then I went to Central Park and I was mugged by a guy with a rhinoceros. The Missing Persons Bureau told me to get lost. Some hippies named a demonstration after me, a freak-out. I spent 5 hours teaching a Morse code to a woodpecker. Dr. Spock begged me to enlist. John Lennon asked me to pose for his new album cover. I broke open a fortune cookie and found a summons. I was out of work so long, Congress tried to revoke my Social Security number. A hippie burnt my draft card while it was still in my wallet. I once took some LSD, and I'll never do that again. I saw Ted Mack in leotards. And just last week, I was in Hong Kong, and I caught the New York flu. And I'd release my hostilities in strange ways. I'd write burn, baby, burn on marshmallows. I'd send forget-me-nots to people with amnesia. I put a tail on J. Edgar Hoover. I'd tell people with split personalities to go chase themselves. I'd say God bless to sneezing atheists. I'd send a box of Bufferin to Oral Roberts. I sent a copy of Here Comes the Judge to Thurgood Marshall. I sent George Wallace a watermelon. Collect. And he sent me back a poisoned peach.
I love those deadpans. That's Jackie Vernon, a little bit of a 1969 album called The Day My Rocking Horse Died, on the Dr. Demento Show.
Sometimes the whole world narrows down to just 2 people. That's when it's nice to brush your breath with Dentine.
Are you sure this this movie isn't too scary?
Come on, I'll protect you.
Being together is even nicer with Dentine, because not even mouthwash can freshen your breath better than when you're chewing great-tasting Dentine.
When the whole wide world for you narrows down to just you two.
Whoa. The monster's gone. You can let go of my arm now.
Brush your breath with Dentine.
The Funny Fives are coming up next on the Dr.